Hey there, folks. Welcome to episode 2 of Campaign 12. I think that's right. I have a ways to go. I have to get up here. I'm on the attack. I'll kind of fill you in as to what has happened since the last video took place. Not much. Shouldn't be too much of a surprise, but I did go through and I cleaned up the Union's OOBs and some of the projects they hadn't taken. But honestly, it was pretty good. I would say probably more than half the OOBs could have been left, and if the other half were as they were when I found them, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. But whatever, I did it. It's done, and we've gone forward a little bit in time, but this is the next kind of event here. It was a lot of sitting there looking at nothing. So we're in a battle. I think this is, well, it says the Battle of Wheeling, and I think it is to clear the Union out of the last. I should have detached these suckers. But to clear the Union out of, oh well, what is Virginia and what could become West Virginia, but it'll make sure that I'm holding all three of those OOBs. Up here, I like this map. You can do the other map for West Virginia, which is absolutely terrible. If I have to choose between, geez, either of those two roads, I guess I'll wait and see what the cavalry show me. We'll send Alcorn up here. We'll roleplay that it matters. We can also do this a bit faster. So anyways, that was the sort of campaign update. Wheeler, we'll get you moving. And if things look a little off, I have changed the movement speeds in battle between cavalry. I basically slowed them down when they're not running. I think by default they were 2.25 or 1.75, something like that. And I brought them down closer to infantry. Infantry are 1.0, but it's not that close. They're still going to be faster than infantry. And the artillery, which starts at, it's slow, it's like 0.6, they have been sped up. I really shouldn't have done. Hold on. That was a bit ambitious. Yeah, let's actually see what's up here. You can always tell when you tab out. I don't think it's a big force. I think it's a force, I don't know. Intelligence said we were up 2-1. Okay. So we don't need you to do that. We need you to come back here. Yeah, retreat is fine. You can bring your scouts back with you. What time of day is it here? It's noon. I would say let's just go for it. Let's just bring everyone up and see what we get. All right, speed that up. And I think Garnett, in addition to falling back, he's got to probably realign those people there. We'll try to get Garnett back there. Alcorn, I think Alcorn is going to be called on for a delaying action. So we got Cheatham, Springfield. Oh no, I haven't gotten around upgrading their weapons. And I had upgraded most weapons, so I haven't done theirs. That's the exception. What a terrible exception. Remember, you can't dismount cav when their scouts are still out, and their scouts are still trying to get back to the parent unit, but I'd like to be able to get into these woods and hold. They're still in a very good position, so I do recall this part of this map. Right, we have this kind of stream over here to the left, and they have a pretty good position here. I don't think they're wide enough to take up that much room, but they have this fence, or no, it's a stone wall overlooking this open field, and then they have this wooded area here that will give them cover. If they wanted elevation, they could get up there as well. So it's a solid position. We're going to move off over, actually, instead of moving off, we should move up with the cav because we want to try to save time here. We don't need this anymore. Although it would remind us how far we are behind in the objectives game. I find that the way the battles are balanced and the way I've kind of balanced the battles is to make terrain matter more. It feels pretty easy to ignore in vanilla, and that doesn't seem right. But as time goes on, as numbers on the field get larger, as morale generally improves, it's not going to be as big of an advantage for terrain's not going to be as big of an advantage unless you happen to be holding a lot of victory points. And then, yeah, of course. But, it's a good problem to have. So if they're not going to make use of that stone wall, I know someone who would like to. And they were close to this. All right, Garnet. What condition are we in? Because so it is their first battle. It's probably disrupted, rested. All right, we'll just see what they got. We made it pretty far in an hour. I think we'll be able to get combat in on the day there. So we'll order the rest. Garnet's forces up. We'll have Alcorn move. We'll have the move mounted just because there is weirdness. It's a technical term for it. In how the AI moves as dismounted cav. You can see even now they're kind of struggling. I think they're probably regaining some cohesion. And you can also see how nice that 3D textures mod that modder put on Steam. I had a video that featured it relatively recently, but it looks really good right now. And we'll push up here. Yeah, we have no cover, but it's fine. And we've adjusted the horizon so we can see more of the sky, and it's not like we're kind of permanently looking down on folks with little glimpse of what the sky has. This is also a pretty strong defensive position if they take it. The high ground, woods on both sides. It's the high ground compared to this, but it also has higher ground on both sides. So we'll try to find their forces. They did peek out here. Oh, that's where they are. That is an odd choice. That is a very odd choice. Because what we're going to probably do now... The AI does this. They just leave the victory points open. And then I'll take them, and then I'm not sure what they're going to do. They're outnumbered, and eventually they'll have to attack. I don't know. So they actually have a pretty sizable morale lead, 29 to 22 and a half. But we're going to try to cut into a part of that now. Our morale should improve once we get up here. I think our cohesion might be... So they... Yeah, Hawkins plane rifles are good. Smoothbores are bad. When we get them in cover, remember that will improve their morale. So we're going to move them there. We're going to swing Garnet over here, even though we don't really have to. We will. We've lost eyes on them. But that's okay. I think we can order... I'll see who this affects. I haven't tried detaching a unit like the cavalry and then issuing a movement order. We'll see if it doesn't seem like it matters. Yeah, so we're going to take Old Fiddle Hill. And guess we'll find out how the AI responds. Good, well rested, untrained. Alright, so they're all in good condition. We're really slowly uncapping that. Alright. Maybe, just maybe what we're going to do. I'm going to attack. I already know I'm going to attack, but not sure why I didn't already do it, but I didn't. That should be Garnet. Okay, Garnet is at destination. Basically 10,000. Let's see if our morale actually improved. I mean, what else am I... It actually went down from 22.6 to 22.4, so that might be because of these guys. And it looks like it's just because they're cut off from the commander. Holy moly, that is a slow cap. I don't know if I did that. I might have. I'm gonna pause you and bring you in when I'm done capping this. So what was interesting is that as soon as we capped it, this force started moving. I guess I'll presume that it's gonna be over here. And Garnet also rearranged his forces, though they were still kept in defensive stance. This is really weird. It's like the AI was acting in a way I had suggested ought to be changed, which is that the AI's... These things down here are macro stances, and so the AI has its own formula for determining when to do those. I think we're going to reattach Alcorn, because his morale is really bad without being connected to Garnet, but they immediately switched over to the attack once they lost that point. And I'm not sure if anything shows up here as to why. I'm not seeing a reason why. And I think what will probably... Yeah, I mean, that's just very odd. I think we're going to switch over to attack here and see what we get. Maybe even... I don't know about assault. I'll let myself micro Alcorn's Cav. And I'll leave the rest up to Garnet and just try to shift his stances around. Alcorn may still be cut off, even if I've reattached him. Commanders, no good. Oh, and it's their first battle. All right, so there's gonna be a lot of problems there. They're gonna be very shaky in combat. You can see Wheeler's battery of 3-inch already unloading. That is just very questionable. And we'll keep you back. You guys, yeah, you might want to move. And actually, as I think about this, cavalry give a morale bonus to friendly nearby infantry. They also give a morale debuff to the enemy. And I'm just wondering if now is actually the time to kind of unify what I have rather than keeping them separate. And even though they're in attack, they don't seem to be having any of it. Let's see if this matters. Still looking like a no. Right. In that case, let's try for this and just see what we get. Alright, so we were not quick enough to get back to Alcorn. Oh no. Yeah, and they're just doing that thing where they are not taking orders. So I think we have to pretty much write off Alcorn at this point. Like, we're going to lose him. I don't see any other way to kind of deal with that. I don't know why exactly we're not able to go to loose formation, but I'm suspecting that this is their only other brigade. But I really guess we're just going to find out. Yeah, nothing too great up there. I guess we're not able to figure this one out for whatever reason. Oh boy. They're still trying to put the horse before the man. My goodness. Well, now they're kind of getting the order right. Anyways, that was funny to look at, but yes, Garnet's gonna snake his way over there. But have everyone else... Do they know? Are they updating where they're supposed to be? They are. Alright. So I guess if this is... Oh my goodness. I think that was Alcorn breaking. It was. How useless. Well, now we're probably going to lose. Because they're going to get the... they'll get the infantry... Or they'll get the morale buff. And... the morale buff from having their cavalry. It is hard to actually do this and then try to not sound like an idiot while you talk about it. But they'll get the cav morale buff. I'm sure their cav will come back here. The only way they could throw this is if they keep that cav. Kind of like what they're doing right now, but I would say if they came back, then they would definitely win the infantry fight. And they would wipe me, but they're about to wipe me anyways, it looks like. This is sad, outnumbering the AI 2-1 and just getting absolutely embarrassed. I have a feeling I've made these guys... they're not actually that tired. Alright, the two sides, they look like they want it. Holy moly, that modder did a good job with those 3D models. Picture time. Might as well get something decent out of this. These guys, again, the Hawkins Plains Rifle, they're going to do their thing. I really don't like how the AI thinks like the way forward here is to just run through friendly brigades. I really wish they kind of... I don't know, if I just ordered a stop here, would they figure out a better attack? Maybe. Alright, so the AI is backing up. They're reading the situation that this is, this is what they're facing and it's not looking good. Okay, so he set the... Garnet set them to bombard, or the artillery decided to bombard. Alcorn, broken and not coming back, I would guess. Yeah, their morale is just going down. Right, so then we just have to live with this. Just go for this. I did actually slow down the reversing movement while I was also slowing down cav and well, let's see if we can move things along a bit, because the actual movement backwards is pretty fast in vanilla. I hadn't noticed that. It seems strange that those units would be able to get out of there that quickly. Okay. Yeah, these guys are going to get obliterated here. We're just going to throw them to assault because It's going to be do or die. I'm breaking this brigade here. If we get them, great, we'll win. If not, we're done. And even if we break them, they're going to have the victory points coming in. And I still have to break their cav. I don't know about that one. Seems tough. Alright, so unfortunately they are tired. And they're tired as well. But at least they're confident for now. On casualties, they went from having 100 to having none. Doesn't seem likely. That may... Okay, now they're actually down in casualties, so I guess the smoothbore doing work, and right on cue, their cavalry shows up. And, yep, that's how you lose. So, I have no complaints about how the AI did it. I didn't think that they were going to be able to make it all the way over to Fiddle Hill, cap it. It took me so long to cap that, and then make it back here. I have no idea how they did that, but I'm not going to ask questions like that. And once they get out of their OP using horses as shields, then I think we're done. Yup. So this means the AI will be 2-1 in the battles here in this campaign. So very exciting. Exciting stuff. And, you know, on this one, being up 2-1, like, I should have had this one. I mean, yeah, there was the stupid move of not giving the Cav the best weapons, or, yeah, the best weapons that they get in campaign, but they may not be available. I gave them to a bunch of Cav units, but not all of them. Oh no, these guys think they need to be deacon and ducking. Everybody needs to be shooting that brigade up. And then that brigade back there needs to... Yep, they're doing it. They look like they might angle themselves up over here, so they're going to flank Cheatham. Oh no, and these guys, the ones who are tired, they're just going to march themselves right into exhaustion. Keep in mind, they started over here. And then they look like they wanted to get where Taliaferro is now, and then they realize they have no angle. I guess we could take it from the Union perspective as well. They look like they have their cohesion absolutely down. And now, as soon as I said that, all right, so some of their cav are going to get shots over here. All right, Cheatham, I don't actually think it's wise to back up here. I mean, we should be in assault stance, and it's just push in. Because if we're out range, we're just going to lose if we try to dance. I mean, that's just getting these guys off the hook. So. Yeah. But I would bet Wofford, even though he's got good numbers, yeah, he's... Okay, so they're tired and falling back. They're going to press up on their own and probably get into trouble. These guys are named moonwalking and 180 no scoping. It's why do they look like scouts? I think, or skirmishers. I think it's because maybe they are. Maybe the parent unit kicked them out. Alright, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what happened. Alright. Let's see what happens. These guys are just marching everywhere and doing nothing. Cheetah must be yeah, it's just getting lit up. Yikes. Well, I guess we're lining up for a very close range volley. Yup. And they're not in loose formation, so it'll hit. These guys, they're losing a lot of their advantage. I think a lot of this right part of the line, I don't know. I don't know if they have angles to shoot over. Are these guys ever going to get to move some? Oh my god. They've exhausted themselves marching back and forth. Nope. Here. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Why don't we switch the stance to screen? And then we can just run it off of there. Yeah, it looks like they know they won, so. Not a very good start to this campaign. I mean, actually, on the campaign map, it's okay, right? We threw kind of everything back that was in Virginia and potentially threatening Richmond. Yeah, this is a bit of a letdown, but we do have Grafton, I believe, and yeah, we took slightly more casualties, so that's too bad. But I think in Tennessee, I don't think we've been tested yet. But I do know from fixing the Union's OOB, it looks like they have an army that might push down the Mississippi. And I think from play testing, I think it might run right for Montgomery. So I'm building up Polk and Bragg in Tennessee, both around Nashville. Yeah, Alcorn, you kind of deserve that. It was also first battle blues and me not getting you the weapons, but you guys broke awfully quickly. Anyways. And then out west, I actually cleaned up the Union Army of the West, and now it's actually got troops in it, and it could move and would be a significant force. I bet that's no, that's the Army of the Mississippi. So they're not where I didn't look where they were on the map. Felt like it was some sort of cheating, but yeah, you see we got 11,000 under Polk. Bragg will get some more when they're available, and then these two, so they'll have about 20,000 with the way things stand now. That last battle, yeah, it was all the way up here. We lost, and we're retreating to who knows where. I actually captured this intact, so I left it there. Since it was the Unions, I figure at this point, I probably have a little bit more to gain by leaving it there than just burning it. But now if I see the Union counter push against Garnett, I'll burn it on the way out. I wonder if army upkeep is so high because I don't think it can be all attributed to Cav. That would probably be too much for this point in the war. Oh, this. Okay, so it is entirely my fault. I mean, they just became available probably in the last week or so, or maybe when the month rolled over. I don't know. But I'll give him Jocelyn's. I don't think the performance deserved too much more, but now these guys got exhausted. I'll give them decent weapons. They got Hawkins, and they had Springfield rifle muskets. They weren't the other ones. All right, I got to check the other armies out because I can't kind of throw everything in a small force just trying to push territory close to Pittsburgh. Are we still? I don't know how far. Okay, that's all we're falling back. We're gonna fall back further. We're gonna do a little bit more. This is the army I think I beat, spoiler alert, in the second battle of the first video in this campaign. And they're still kind of running around everywhere, so we're gonna try to not let them settle. Make sure that we push them out. Johnson somehow up to 3 stars. I've noticed that sometimes he'll just go to a battle then, and then he goes down to 2 stars. I cannot make heads or tails out of it. All right, we'll put him in scout for the intelligence. Again, for the actual XP gain, it's going to be very slow in this campaign because of how I've modified it, and I'm okay with that. All right, are you done? All right, you waiting in order. Here's an order. Get out of there, man. Yeah. And then once he gets back to safety, we get some readiness back, then I'll think about giving him some more troops. All right, so if we wanted brigades, how many could we get? One from Alabama's infantry brigades. We get one from Louisiana, that'd be 2. We get a medium cav, which would be 3, 4 with Tennessee, 5, 6. We get 6 brigades if we wanted. So if you don't recall or you're just joining us, I am pretty close to tariffs. When I get to tariffs, I think this might jump to 275, 300 million kind of going forward, but it's just a massive deficit right now, and actually the Union is doing better financially. I don't know if that's because I just hopped over to their side. I think that would be way too much credit. I have to wait and see if those things pan out, but we're still going to go civil order for 61 in early 62, and we'll just see what happens. I mean, as bad as the battles have gone, and the fact that I'm actually behind in casualties, it's not that far behind, and it isn't that many casualties for being July. All right, so you're doing rear guard action. That's fine, but we're going to move you over here. Beauregard. I think at this point it makes more sense to stop you. Yeah, and then just move you up here. Magruder, since you actually have a force now, I wonder... I mean, I can always do this over the winter. The AI is unlikely to launch attacks over the winter, but they might. All right, Garnett is moving out. So since we had the supply depot, and we know what's here is not all that much, and we have the first battle blues out of the way and some better guns, you know, maybe we can counter push after that, but not a big deal. Spanish intervention. At the strategy level, so I think that there's a bug, and it just dawns on me that this is probably the second campaign in a row I've noticed it. Whereas these two are supposed to be converging towards each other, I've noticed with very high national morale, like above 95, it'll drag support up, but the support being much lower doesn't drag morale down. So yeah, it might have to be something that I added, because it doesn't feel accurate, right? I mean, we've taken more casualties, we've lost more battles. I know we started with much higher support, and we're taking some of the projects that should insulate us from some of the big support losses, but it seems like we're doing a little too well in the top line numbers for how mediocre everything else has gone. Surplus is now only 218 million, and actually now I see that the Union's is worse. Yeah, like much worse. So. Fourth Corps. Oh, that's that over there. Okay. All right. When Garnett gets up to green or closer to green, maybe we can give him another brigade and maybe an artillery battalion. Johnson's Corps is here. All right, let's move him up to there. Let's move Army of Northern Virginia up there. Beauregard's going the right way. I don't think he'll burn too much readiness on the train. We'll have Magruder follow up. I think long term would be nicer to kind of hold on a curve kind of like this. Well, I can't do it because the game keeps stuttering every time I try to do that. All right, first core is coming. All right, take you out. All right, Johnson's in pretty good condition, so we're gonna move him up. I think Beauregard will be fine. We're not gonna march him up in 2x, and we're gonna send Magruder up. Not in scouting. Now, if they do the thing they did last time where they actually have a second core that is close by. Now, if this is McDowell, and I don't know if it was Patterson that they created an army for and put them together as kind of, well, I bet the third core is close. But the third core might be the one we just chased at. But if they do have another core, that could be 40, 50,000. Even after I moved a lot of troops out of the east to the west and the center. That would give us 38,000. So actually we would have about 55,000. So we'd be okay. All right, I guess we'll see what we get here. I'm concerned to leave this up to the AI at this point. We need a victory. We'll see what we get here. So this is what we're looking at, and it's the Fredericksburg map, so thank goodness it's not Chancellorsville, right? But it's odd that it lists, well, it identifies it as a meeting engagement, but it's really not. Right, so this is Beauregard's force, and Withers is here. All right, I'll take these folks. All right, let's do this. Let's detach Donaldson from the rest of the group. Set Beauregard to, I don't know if it makes more sense to set him to defend or just leave them here. I'm not sure. All right, we'll kick them out, and I'll be more cocky than I should and not use those engineering points, which are resources we could use, and just assume that things are going to go fine, even though the evidence is they may not. Holy moly. We're getting like 55 frames, but we are lagging something. All right. Move Donaldson up. Yeah, we do. Yeah, no doubt. So now we get to defend. And yeah, if they came in on this road, it could be one of these southern pushes. I might do something more like, I don't know, something maybe more like that. Okay, push up to here, and I don't know, maybe, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. We want to send Atchison over there, and Kershaw. How do they still have? It's like every force that I end up with is the one I should have given better weapons to. All right, so Kershaw's got the bad weapons. Atchison's okay. When I hear gunshots behind me, I'll know that I missed a third direction they could have come in. It's also late at, I mean, it's getting close to evening time here, and my reinforcements that were only an hour out haven't showed up yet. Kershaw. Well, I might pause you soon if we don't see anything from the enemy and hear nothing of our friends. Maybe they... oh, okay. Well, at least we saw something from the enemy as night descends. Atchison, you can get over here. Kershaw, I don't need you all the way up there. No, I'm going to bring you back here. Donaldson, you get back. Kershaw, it's great ground, but we don't really need it. All right, Johnston arrives. Magruder arrives. Sure. Is all of Magruder here? Yeah. So give them the first movement order. Magruder. Eventually we want them down here. Where is... That's Withers. Let's see if we can move him. Let's cheese this as hard as we can. If we can get that kind of reinforcement bubbles to connect, we can bring Johnston's force as well up. Oh no, they're not part of this. Huh. Okay. That's good to know. Ah, perfect timing. So, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to move Beauregard up here. Donaldson, you're going to try to ride up and around the left. Magruder, try to do something like that. Beauregard, you're at a bad angle. Let's send some cav down there. Yeah, we'll do something like that. Recall those scouts. And Johnston. Probably just bring him right down here. See what the other side gives us. Yeah, so we'll keep that plan going. And we'll move back here. And Beauregard can move up here. Donaldson can move around here. And I think that's all I'm really expecting. Let's see, on objectives, we get a little bit, morale's tied. Numbers wise, we have an advantage, but it might only be when everyone is here. A lot of these brigades are just really undersized. All right, speed it up. See what we gather here. Yeah, I guess we'll just leave them as is. Okay, we'll move Wise over here. Also, it's 5:20 in the morning, this battle, so if it looks like, whoa, what's going on here, that's kind of what's going on. Let's see how we do. Jackson, I think, is now too far over. Let's see what we get here. What does Hill have? Jones has been... Wow, I have no idea how they took 250 casualties, unless it was just a bunch of dudes overnight. Johnston's forces have moved with some alacrity here. This is impressive. So we can actually get... So I want to retain the use of the cavalry. We're going to have Stuart just get out of some of that other stuff, and we're going to have them come up. We're going to have 4 cav brigades come into their right, come in on our left. Say all that, and I'm missing the kind of beautiful cinematics here. If only it was a bit lighter, but still not bad. Now we're down to 14 frames though, so I spoke too soon. But if the blue horde just comes up and just runs right over us, we're not going to be able to use Johnson's forces. They'll be trying to catch the blues, and I don't think they're going to do it. All right, so Donelson's over here. Let's see, who is who? All right, so Kershaw's got the junky weapons, but I'm going to send them over there. And we'll send them over there. All right, so Stuart knows he's supposed to come up there. We're going to give him new orders up to here. Wise is coming around. I'm going to try to delay those reinforcements from arriving. Tie down maybe that, if that's a division there. All right, this is Albert City Johnston's. Okay, Hill knows to go there. So that's Ambrose Hill, and he's got DH Hill under him. I don't know if I tried to do that. That must be an interesting time. All right. So if they're just going to move their artillery towards us, we'll just dismount. I was staying mounted for a little bit of range, but I mean, with these guns, you're going to get so little range. It's mostly just a speed thing. They tend to make fewer formation errors when they're mounted. All right, these guys can actually just stop. Just stop, and that would be good enough for me. Because we just want to delay things over here. Alright, Stuart's guys seem to know to move up. Yeah, we're not going to chase. Chase is broken. Alright. We're switching the orders here. We're going to the assault. Just have them move up. But I want to detach that artillery because it's so stupid when they... Here, maybe we'll just give them the target since it still kind of works. Keep these guys defending. That's fine. Have them attack over there. Alright, they want to get into a melee. I don't want to get into a melee with Thomas's troops. So they know they're supposed to assault. Hill's forces should move up. Oh no. We just take a cav charge. I guess not. Thought we did. Do they both want to? Is that because of Stuart? It's not because of Stuart. Just trying to get their division to move up. Alright. So it looks like both porters are imperiled here. We'll see. Alright, since that infantry is closing in on us, we'll try to switch. Oh no, why? Oh, Kershaw's brigade is broke. What a bunch of idiots. Oh, they broke one another. Okay. Okay, Pendleton will come in there. Sibley is trying to do something over there. Hopefully he's doing it. Infantry's still acting like, even though Jackson's whole division is going at that brigade, they're acting like they don't know what's up. And I did make a mistake on the defensive. The AI can't do it, or doesn't do it as much, but I think we should have switched the divisions into single line. I think that would have just been better. What's the top line telling us? They're telling us it's looking pretty good, even though we're down on casualties for whatever reason. Just are. Okay. Move them over there. And we'll try to get them to line up over there. We'll see how that goes. But that's the cav fight over there. We still have not broken Porter. I think these are friendly cav that are just routing through. Would not be surprised if they just routed friendlies off. We now got the sun coming up over the horizon to blind us. This battle is close because it wasn't. Yeah, it's Joe Johnston's forces that have not showed up, even though they've lost a number of brigades. It's closer than it should be because Johnston hasn't shown up. Bonham is lost. Are these guys actually doing anything? Okay, they are. Kind of to my surprise. Right, good news is Jackson went over here. Looks like keys might break. Actually, yeah, that's correct, but I actually want Johnston's forces to try to move like that. Alright, that was very good news, because now we're going to push in like that. Shoot them from behind. I think Pendleton's only got... He ain't got much. I don't know how we're going to do this here. This Johnston can go over to the attack. Actually, we're just going to throw them all on the attack. And same with Magruder. So it looks like we have 4 Union brigades pressing our 2 right here in the woods, and we'll just see how fast friendlies can come up. But they, I mean, you can see what happened, right? They have no left. Well, they don't have a left flank left. And, all right, we got them to retreat. So I would still do something like this. Jackson's force maybe move up here. I would try to do these things somewhat quickly. Yeah, we'll do that. I guess that's what Herbert has to spare. I can't quite. So it's Cock and Longstreet over here. I thought Atchison would have had it worse than that. I'm not sure what happened to Thomas. He got turned around over here, and he just doesn't seem to be doing very much at all. All right, these guys have wanted to melee the whole game. Not sure if it's actually worth it, but we're going to send them in anyways. This cav has gone in for whatever reason. This cav we're going to order in. And that will collapse everything behind whatever is kind of a part of that division. We're going to switch them over to assault. We're going to do the same for Beauregard. We're just going to have everyone move to assault. Assault away, assault away, assault away all. It's just too bad we can't quite see. It's another photo up. Can't quite see what's going on in the thick of the woods. Yeah, we kind of can, I guess. This is also another photo op. I think, as I checked to see if this battle actually recorded, it did. Okay. Well, it's kind of a nice... It's actually really nice. Hey, I'm in garbage time in a battle. I can do it. My cav just route everyone back here. Wasn't even really close, it looks like. Alright, so his division is unstable. That's not great. It kind of looks like maybe they did. Alright. That's like one group that's Negley's brigade is trying to get away. Assault. Alright. We get it. Not going to run up the numbers on them. But yeah. Negley will get away. With all the friendlies around him running. Yeah, all the friendlies routing through him. Who did we lose at the end? Lawton? He usually does pretty well. Most campaigns. Wow, now that's a result I'm used to seeing. But I did have to bring almost twice the number of troops. But you saw what happened in the first battle when I had twice as many troops. And all that is a minor victory, but alright. 1801. Let's see what the KIA is when we actually get back in game here. That's a lot of news. Battle on Wise has become famous. Colonel Kershaw. Yeah. I think they routed enemy brigade, and then when they routed, when they ran through their lines, they routed through the entire enemy army. I missed. Yeah, we know that. So enemy 452 killed, our side 236 killed. So yeah, it's about right. Of course, the more important thing is what happens on the strategic map here, right? Because that pushes them backing out. That reminds me, well, we can get Johnston some readiness. Hampton's division can grab some. Doesn't look like Beauregard can.
But there's no time like the recent battle to be reminded that you need decent weapons here. Sibley, all right, Sibley should have had better guns because he's the only brigade. But yeah, we have a lot of cav. I think that's part of the reason why army upkeep is so high. Hill and Anderson should just be combined. Honestly, all those probably should be. I don't know how many I would get out of it, but all right. Quick weapons check. Springfield rifled muskets. Seem like quite a few of those. Muskets, old smoothbore. Can we do better? Well, let's do better. Don't ask how I have an 1862 already. Don't ask questions like that. Yeah, I'll find the rest of you somewhere else, but Smith. I guess it's this Jackson. Who needs people? That Jackson. Fine. Give you some. He's got 15 guys. All right. I know that Jones always needs somebody because I'm getting his men killed, but that's fine. Reboard. Springfield muskets. We actually captured enough rifled muskets that we can take theirs. That's fine. What do we have? We have Parrot, so we'll want to get Napoleons. Okay. Again, we'll want to get Napoleons. Nice complement of rifled and smoothbore. 14-pound James. All right, fine, whatever. We should still then take Napoleons, but we don't have them, so we'll take. We got a bunch of 3-inch, so we'll take those. All right, they're in good shape. They should have some moment to breathe here. See, the men fielded quickly equalized. They had about 140,000. We had 100 and I think less than 10,000. That's changed. All right, Garnett's just about the point where he needs another brigade. How are we doing here? 54%. Morale recovery, weekly influence, plus 16%. So they're probably going to want until the end of the month to get back into shape before they got to move out. Yeah, the center needs some stuff. The west needs some stuff, right? Montgomery actually is the capital this time around. Little change here, but we haven't gone that far in campaign in this episode. Just feels longer because these are 4 battles now, and we're only mid-July. So the surplus is the negative surplus is slowly shrinking. It's a whole lot of negatives to actually mean a pretty good thing, which is that we're getting closer to break even. And we'll be there when Terrafact is done. Third Corps, I don't know if they're coming around for a fight or what. Might be time to take a look at our naval situation. Cottonclads are just about done, which means we can start lightening some of the blockade in the Gulf. You can see that, yeah, I don't know why there's 2 Mobile port blockades, but whatever. Likelihood of Spanish intervention really hasn't changed. Yikes. Okay. They're not where they should be, but I think I burned the supply depot in Richmond in the first episode when that Union Army was down there. That's our Cottonclads getting done. So I have my work cut out for me here in episode 3. We gotta get the Cottonclads into New Orleans fleet, we got to get the Army of the Northwest some more troops, and we got to try to fully hold all of Virginia before it's cut up into pieces. Wait for the Tariff Act to roll in. I don't think project-wise we have anything to expect except maybe some more politics stuff and some civil order, but we're not really close to any of the good ones at this point, and I might have to bring my own national morale down. I know that sounds like an odd thing to say, but it's just so high that my support has gone pretty much up, and they've lost morale for a number of reasons. Which is that they're not occupying CSA territory, they're not reclaiming it, and so they do pay costs for that. Whereas for us, it's pretty much we just gotta try to hold CSA territory. We're losing a little bit for not controlling Wheeling and Alexandria, but it's not a huge deal at this point. All right, folks, this is episode 2. This campaign is not the cakewalk that usually the first couple of months are, or even most campaigns are. You saw what happened in battle. If you watch both episodes, 4 battles, we're 2-2. Because of that last battle, we're finally ahead in the casualty counter, but it was not like that up to that point. So I've enjoyed it. I'm kind of interested to see how this plays out, and yeah, I hope there's enough in here to bring you back for episode 3.